Imagine this, as you know, imagine a school where the kids make all the rules. It sounds like a movie plot or maybe a dream come true if you're a kid, but believe it or not, it's real. It's called unschooling.
So here's the deal, and this is a story that CNN producer Jennifer Whalen really worked on extensively. There is no set curriculum, there are no tests, the students set their own goals, and they learn at their own pace. The teaching method has a lot of critics, but it's actually catching on. What looks like another day at the park for these school kids is actually a real-life learning lesson. On this day, they choose the playground as their classroom, and tomorrow, it's wherever else they want to go. The concept is called unschooling, where children lead the way with no curriculum or tests, and adults watch on as kids decide exactly what they want to learn and when.
With some students here at the school, they want to draw a comic. They want to make a comic book. And so like, okay, how do I spell these words? I want these characters to be saying this. How do I draw this? So you kind of see how they kind of come to it, like based on what they want to do, like when they have an interest.
A co-founder of Atlanta's private Sudbury school, Lauren Snow describes unschooling as a non-traditional path to success from primary school all the way to college.
The colleges are starting to realize that the students are just like, is this going to be on the test? When am I going to get graded on this? And they aren't engaged in learning, and they don't seem to know how to learn.
Kelly Limes Taylor taught high school for 7 years, but even she thinks unschooling is a perfect fit for her 4 kids.
I just have a lot of confidence in talking things over with my kids and my kids exploring.
So confident, she's optimistic that her 5-year-old will learn how to read on her own, because as of now, she can't.
We learn written language in the same way that we learn spoken language. So when we're babies, no one teaches us to speak per se. We just need to remember that it happens naturally, in that when a young person wants to and understands that he or she needs to, then he or she will.
But some aren't so certain. Parenting expert Dr. Eric Fisher tells CNN, quote, "The risk of unschooling is that children may not gain the range of skills that are necessary to succeed. Still, it's a risk parents like Limes Taylor believes is worth taking."
The kind of pocket of people that are unschooling are exploring one way of change. And so while this may not be the definitive answer for our society, I mean, it's a way to try it out.
Because Sudbury is a private program, its founders say it's not held to all the same requirements as public schools. An unconventional approach toward education that's catching on for many parents who believe the world is the best classroom for their kids to learn. I did say at the start, it is a different way of learning.
Yeah, different, definitely. I got to chime in here. I mean, to me, it's kind of ridiculous. I've got an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. I'm all into independent thinking for my kids, you know, getting that, fostering independence.
Right.
If I told my 8-year-old to go and just do what you want at school, he wouldn't learn anything. I mean, how does a child at that age really learn?
Well, you know, according to the founders, there are no real benchmarks through the process. The concept is to just learn it organically. So whether it's at 5 or 10 or 15, you know, you would expect, I think they would say, you would expect the kid to learn to read, things like that.
So how do they gauge if the kid is learning or not?
Again, it's an organic process. So when the kid is able to read the book, then they know it worked, I suppose.
Okay, I'm skeptical. We'll leave it at that. All right, still to come on New Day.